Hey guys, Scott here. I was going to make a video that summarized all of the questions and answers in the dev Q&A that happened on Reddit, but I realized the entire video would just basically be consistent of the Dead by Daylight team is aware of this issue and we are looking into it, but we can't give any concrete details as of right now. So instead of doing that, I want to go over the actual concept of even doing AMAs and Q&As to begin with, and why I don't really see the point of behavior even doing them, because they truly don't really answer anything. They are just extremely safe, generic answers that are very vague and have no dates or time frames or anything like that. And I have to, like, what is the point of having questions answered if they're all answered in the exact same way? We know what you're talking about is an issue, but we don't have a concrete time frame of when we're going to fix that. That's, like, no joke, 90% of the answers were just that. So there's no point in me going over this AMA because nothing of value was actually learned. So what is the point of actually doing these to begin with? Well, it's weird because I myself have asked for communication from the devs. I want to hear from them. I want to hear their thought processes. I want to know how things like Skull Merchant even happen. Like, I want to know what they're thinking as they are designing stuff. And to do that, they have to communicate with us. And so I've always called for more communication from the devs, and I think that would be wonderful. And yet here I am right now bitching about them doing an AMA and not answering anything. And it seems kind of hypocritical of me to have them, they're actually talking to us, they're communicating, but now I am upset that they're communicating. The thing is, though, they're not really communicating. They're just doing generic PR answers. And the main reason is, and this is pretty obvious, they don't want to say that they're going to do something, find out later that they for some reason can't do it, and then get the backlash of saying they were going to do something and then not doing it. And in order to protect themselves, they just speak in super vague terms. It's going to happen at some point. We're aware of it. We're addressing it. It'll happen some point in the future, possibly. And that's just all they will really ever say, because I understand that. Like, I from a human component, I understand why they are scared of committing to any answers on anything, because, they said we would have cross progression like 3.5, 4 years ago at this point, and we still don't have that. Now, it might not even be their fault anymore. It might be entirely because of Sony or something like that. But people are still going to be mad that they said something was coming and now it's not. And that's why they give these non-answers. To the point I have to ask, just what's the point of doing the AMA? It's just a waste of time. Just stop doing them. If anything, I would rather them just give blanket statements onto what is going on with their current design philosophy. You don't need to do AMAs. Just say, here's what we're currently working on. We hope to have it done by here. I don't know if it will be done, but that's what we're hoping. I think that's the safest way they can do it, by saying that they're working on X. They hope it will be done by Y, but they can't confirm it. That way people can't be mad if they don't hit their target date, but people do know that something is being addressed and something that is a problem is known to the developers. Now, they did concretely answer some questions, but they're mostly just about like cosmetics or just joke questions or stuff about like Maurice the horse. While funny and stuff like that, I do look at these for actual answers of what they're going to do, but it's coming soon, in the near future, in the coming months. It's just everything is the same thing. And it's like, it was a waste of time watching it. I learned nothing. And I don't think that should be the end result of me looking at a Q&A response. I should learn a little bit of what they're actively working on and what they plan to do to address certain issues that are currently in the game. That's the stuff that the players want to know. Do they acknowledge that 3-genning is an issue? They did acknowledge it, and then they just said, sometime in the future. Twins issues, sometimes in the future. Freddy WeWork, sometimes in the future. Just everything is sometime in the future. Give us something, man. Give us like a bit of a time frame. Are we like this? Do Twins mains have to suffer for 2 more years? Do Freddy mains have to suffer until 2026? Like, give some just a little dangle of hope, and just be careful with your wording and say, we hope to have it done by here, but no promises. I think that's all people are asking for. Just dangle something in front of us, man. Give us something to work with, just so we have some type of information of what's going on. As in a complete aside note, I asked a bait question to prove that they would answer questions that are basically meaningless. So I just asked, this is my real question. Of course, they didn't respond to that. But they responded to this one. Do you enjoy making Dead by Daylight? I typed this in chat while I was streaming saying, I'm going to post a bait question and I guarantee they'll respond to this one because it's a nothing question that they can safely answer. And of course they did, because it's a nothing question that they can safely answer. But it was so goddamn funny. It was Dave, the dev, in a blanket. How can I be mad at that? Like, come on. That was so fucking funny. So, overall, waste of time. Didn't accomplish anything. I hope they would give us more dates or more information on literally anything. But look at him.